Hi everyone, welcome to Fortune Tarot Crystals. My name is Lee and thank you for joining me again for another pick a card reading. Today we're going to do a timeless reading on what's blocking love from entering your life right now. This is a timeless reading, so at any time of the day or year that you see this, hopefully I can help you and give you some guidance. Here I have 3 cards. So please pick the one that you like or pick the one that best speaks to you. Once you have chosen your card, you can skip to the timestamps that I have prepared for you and jump straight to the group that you've chosen. So let us get started. Welcome to group 1. The card you have chosen is number 36, the Koi Fish Spirit, and the message here says there is always enough. If you've chosen this card, you might be connected strongly with the water signs. That is, some of you might be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And your possible career path would be in fields of creativity, as well as healing, counseling, wellness, music, art, or maybe even spiritual guidance. But again, the astrology connections as well as the career path is just a general indication. If you don't fall under these categories, it's okay. You can still continue with the reading. So now I will draw out 3 cards to see what your current situations might be like. The first card we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups usually represents contemplation, reevaluation, overthinking, reflection, as well as daydreaming or even boredom. And the next card here we have is the Lovers. The Lovers card usually represents love, harmony, making meaningful choices, as well as building a meaningful relationship. And the third card we have here is the Five of Wands in reverse. This card in reverse usually means resolution, cooperation, ending of conflict, making peace, as well as compromising. Now let's take a look at your current situation for group 1. With the Four of Cups showing up here, this is telling me that some of you might be feeling a little bit disconnected or being caught up in overthinking or daydreaming. If you're single, maybe you're overthinking a little bit too much, or maybe daydreaming about a perfect relationship or perfect partner. While doing that is normal, everybody does it, but you kind of need to remember that nothing is perfect in this world. You can get close to perfect. So maybe this is why, or one of the reasons why, that you are blocking the right love from entering your life, or maybe you have missed some opportunities because of this. And the Four of Cups together with the Lovers here is an interesting combo, because the Lovers usually means love, harmony, as well as making meaningful choices. By these 2 cards showing up here, this tells me that some of you might be hesitating because you are thinking that, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right choice to make? For if you're single, this might mean that you're holding yourself back from going the love that you want because you are feeling that you might get it wrong. And for couples, this might mean that you're hesitating of, creating spark or going into a deeper connection. You are in a way hesitating of should you do that, because then you might actually change your current situation in your relationship that feels peaceful. And the Five of Cups showing up here, it's also telling me that some of you might be avoiding certain conflicts or over compromising to keep the peace in your current stage. Okay, if you're single, maybe you've settled for relationship that were comfortable, even if they don't really feel right to you. And if you're partnered, then maybe you're giving in a little bit too much, and you are letting yourself, your own needs and your own wants, you're putting it aside because you don't want to create conflicts and you don't want to disrupt the peace. So overall, it doesn't seem like for group one, it doesn't seem like love is missing in your life. It's just that it's being blocked because, of overthinking, hesitation, daydreaming, and also you don't want to disrupt the peace or your current stage. That is why it feels like things are just not moving forward in your relationship. Maybe it can also mean that you are not fully honest with yourself about what you really want. Okay, so if this resonates with you, group one, don't forget to comment one in the comment section below. If it doesn't resonate with you, you're more than welcome to choose another card from the intro. And if it does, then let's continue with our guidance. So now I will draw out 6 more cards to see what guidance the universe has prepared for you to help you unblock love from entering your life. So the first card as your guidance card for group 1 is the Knight of Cups in reverse. This card in reverse usually represents unrealistic expectations, disappointment, as well as false charms. And then the next card we have is the Seven of Swords in reverse. This card in reverse means gaining clarity, finding your focus, as well as seeing the truth. And the next card is the Empress. The Empress is all about taking care, nurturing, abundance, creativity, comfort, and growth. And then we have the Three of Wands in reverse. This card in reverse usually means delays, poor planning, maybe also lack of foresight. And then the next card is the Strength in reverse. This card in reverse represents self-doubt, lack of confidence, fear, as well as insecurity. And then lastly, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This card in reverse usually means inequality, imbalance, as well as unfair exchange. So for group 1, as your guidance card here, it is telling me that some of you might need to find out more about who you are and what you want. Okay, so let's take a look at the first card first. The first card, the Knight of Cups in reverse. This card is telling you to be careful of certain unrealistic expectations. Okay, so if you're single, this card is telling you, remember the Four of Cups, daydreaming, dreaming of perfect relationship and partners. This card is telling you to be careful with that, because sometimes by doing that you might actually meet someone who might appear to be the perfect one. However, you after you find out who they really are, things just don't feel right. So for singles, this card is telling you to be a little bit careful with people of false charms. Yeah, Knight in shining armor, but in reverse. Yeah. And so for couples, this is also a reminder of you to maybe um not have too many unrealistic expectations or hopes from your partner that might give you certain disappointments that's really unnecessary. Remember, we are not mind readers. If there's really something that you need and want, rather communicate with your partners than ask expecting the other person to guess. Okay. And then the next one we have here is the Seven of Swords in reverse. This card is all about gaining clarity. So this card is telling you to be more honest of who you are, what you want, and what you want in a relationship or what you want in love. And this is also a card telling you of seeing the truth and reality. So some of you might I don't want to make it sound bad, but some of you might be ignoring certain signs or red flags in your relationship or in some people that you tend to overlook. And some of you might also be chasing of an idea version of love that is just not realistic. So maybe now it's a good time for you to kind of start thinking of changing that mindset and also become more honest and true to yourself. Okay, then the next card, the Empress. This card is reminding you to take care of yourself. Again, over and over, the guidance card is telling you to be more honest, find out who you are, what you truly want, and also, again, this card tells you to take care of yourself. So for singles, this means that maybe it's a good time for you to first start building your confidence first and enjoy your current life now, and then really know what you want before you get involved in the next relationship. And then for couples, this is also a card that's telling you to maybe some of you might be giving a little bit too much of yourself into the relationship. And remember, the five of wands here is also showing that some of you might be compromising a bit too much. So this card is a reminder of you to maybe it's now a good time for you to start taking care of yourself, and don't forget your own needs. It's also important. Okay. And then the next one, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. This card is telling you to slow down. Usually this card means poor planning as well as lack of foresight. So for singles, this card is telling you to slow down. Don't jump into quickly into the next relationship. And for couples, maybe now would be a good time for you guys to start making some long-term plans. Okay, so stop for a little bit, think carefully about the next stage or the next move, and then you might be able to then build something that can grow stronger and healthier. Then let's take a look at the next card, the Strength in reverse. This card interestingly combined with the Empress card. Remember, the Empress is telling you to be more, take care more of yourself. And this card is showing self-doubt and lack of confidence. So this card, these two cards are telling you that maybe what's blocking love from entering your life is not because of outside factors, it's from within yourself. Maybe some of you might be having a little bit too much of a how can I say this without sounding negative? So some of you might actually having too much self-doubt that you might be questioning whether or not if you're good enough and if you deserve real love. But remember, everyone deserves real love, and also everyone is good enough, and the koi fish is also telling you that there is always enough. So yes, remember, you need to keep on telling yourself and also release that self-doubt that everyone deserves true love and finding real love that's right for you. You are worthy, and you also need to take care of yourself. So once you find out more about yourself, then you'll be able to gain more confidence, because then you will know who you truly are and what you really want. By doing so, you will be able to show yourself in the true form. Then you will be able to attract the ones that's worthy of you. Okay, that is very important, group one. So find your inner strength. Really, really important. And then lastly, the Six of Pentacles here is telling you to find balance. So for those of you who's single, who's been chasing after love, maybe, find some balance in that. You don't always need to be the one that's making so much effort or giving so much. For couples as well, it can mean that in your relationship, one partner might be carrying more weight than the other. So this card is telling you that healthy relationships, you need to balance between giving and taking. And so it's important to check if the feelings and the things that you do for each other, and it's equal. So to sum up with your reading for today, group one, if you put these cards together, it shows that love is there. Love is there in front of you. But if you want love to move more smoothly, then you need to break yourself away from unrealistic expectations, and also become more honest with yourself by taking care of yourself, taking care of your own needs. And then you will be able to attract the right ones to be able to, in a way, help you guys build a stronger and healthier relationship. Okay, it's all about balancing. Put your needs first. It's not always a bad thing. Okay, so for group one, now I will draw out 2 more cards from our Enchanted Art Oracle to see what further suggestions the universe has got for you. So from our Enchanted Art Oracle, the suggestions here is it's okay to put yourself first and take care of your own needs before those of others. This is a confirmation of what we discussed earlier. Yes, sometimes putting yourself first doesn't mean that you are being selfish. Sometimes putting yourself first is healthier, because you need to love yourself before others can love you, right? So find that healthy balance within yourself with others. And remember, take care of yourself, listen to yourself. And then the next one is the card that says, make some time for friends. So this card is a reminder you that while you focusing on chasing love, don't forget your friends, because having a healthy social cycle, having a healthy social circle, it also brings you a lot of happiness. And also, if these people are truly your friends, they already know who you are, they accept you for who you are. Then it's a reminder of you to tell. Sorry, it's a reminder to tell. It's a reminder that you are loved. Okay, you have love from your friends. Yes, and if your partner having a healthy social circle is also good for you, and also it's a good balance to maintain um, your relationship, especially your independence outside of your relationship. I know sometimes people tend to neglect or forget about their friends once they're in a relationship. Some of you might also be in relationship before, or maybe even currently, that your partners might be a little bit over controlling, that kind of block you away from your friends. But remember, sometimes having a healthy social circle is good. It's not a bad thing. Okay, so then finally I will draw out one more card from our Conscience Spirit Oracle to conclude our reading for today. So the last card we have here as your conclusion is number 10, the sacral chakra. And it says, I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. So to conclude the message for today on how to unblock love from entering your life for group 1, I think the message is pretty clear. You need to be comfortable with yourself, of who you truly are, what you really want. Then you will be able to attract love that will be more balanced, more equal, and more supportive. And then also you will be able to find love that is more genuine and steady. So for group 1, I wish you all the best of luck. And if this reading help you, please don't forget to comment 1 in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And if this really helped you, whenever you watch this, you can also share a little bit about how does this message help you. So thank you for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Welcome to group 2. The card you have chosen is number 20, the Dolphin Spirit. And it says, this and that are true. Your possible astrology sign association here would be with the water element. That means you might be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, as well as the air element like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Your possible career path may be in communication, like consulting, teaching, writing, as well as healthcare, art, or wellness. But again, the astrology and career path connections are just a general indication. If you don't fall under these categories, it's okay. You can still continue with reading. And so now I will draw out 3 tarot cards to see what your current situation might be like. The first card we have here is for your current situation is the Lovers in reverse. This card in reverse represents breakups, disharmony, poor choices, imbalance, as well as conflict. And then the next one is the King of Cups in reverse. This card in reverse usually represents coldness, emotional coldness, mood swings, emotional abuse, or control. And then the third card is the Nine of Swords in reverse. This card in reverse represents recovery, relief, coping, hope, as well as healing. For group 2, currently it seems to me that some of you might have just been through a breakup, or If you're in a relationship, this can also mean a sense of distance in your current relationship. And the King of Cup in reverse here, it shows certain emotional conflicts or struggle. So maybe some of you are having a hard time expressing your feeling, or maybe in some way you might be emotionally controlled by certain people, whether you're single or if you're partner. Okay, and the Nine of Swords here, it's showing you are trying to cope with it. You are trying to release yourself from it. So it seems like currently some of you might have been through a breakup or having some conflict in your relationship caused by certain emotional struggle or pain, manipulation, or even emotional distancing, and you are trying to recover from the breakup, or you're trying to heal from it, or finding a way to cope with this struggle. Okay, and so it's showing that whether you're single or partner, there's a lot of emotional heaviness here, and some of you might also choose to stay away from a relationship for a while if you've just been through a breakup. And if you're in a relationship, some of you might be questioning whether or not you should stay or go. Okay, so it feels a little bit heavy here for group 2. And if you look at the dolphin spirit here, it says this and that are true. It is acknowledging that you feel the pain, but you still want to be loved. So you are in a way having an inner conflict right now, but both can coexist, both can be true. Okay, so now some of you might also feel you want closeness in your relationship, or you also want space. Remember, they can actually go at the same time. Both can be true. So if this is your current situation, group 2, don't forget comment 2 in the comment section below. Tell me a little bit, or share a little bit about your current situation. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you can also go back and choose a different card. So if it does resonate with you, then let's continue with your guidance reading. So for your guidance, I will again draw out 6 more cards from our tarot cards to see what guidance the universe has got for you. For group 2, the first card as your guidance card here is the Judgment card. This card is all about renewal, awakening, self-reflection, as well as finding forgiveness. And then the next card is Justice. Justice is all about fairness, truth, clarity, and balance. And then we have the Sun. The Sun is a happy card. This card usually represents joy, happiness, optimism, as well as celebration. And then we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords represents deception, strategy, betrayal, or secrecy. And then the Knight of Pentacles. This card usually represents responsibility, routine, patience, hard work, as well as persistence. And then lastly, we have the Three of Swords. This card represents heartbreak, grief, loss, pain, as well as emotional wounds. So for group two, let's take a look at your guidance card here. The first card here is Judgment, which is very similar to Justice. It's about truth and clarity. So the Judgment card is telling you to start doing some self reflection. Okay, maybe you have been stuck in certain repeating habits or patterns in your relationship or on your way of finding love that you might be doing that's possibly blocking love from entering. And also, this card is about self awareness, which means that you should actually start learning more about what you want and who you are, because the justice card is also telling you to become more honest with yourself. So if you're single, it means that you need to start reflecting of certain things in your life, of maybe admitting to certain faults that you did, whether if you're single or if you're a couple, because by doing so, then you'll be able to find more balance in your love life. Okay, so then it's not like it's always the other person that might be doing more for you. Maybe it is also a good time for you to kind of reflect on yourself, to see where are certain things that you might be able to improve to avoid certain unnecessary hard breaks or pain, or perhaps you might be the person who's, distancing yourself emotionally from your partner. So now might be a good time for you to reflect on that, okay, for group two. And then if you look at the next card is saying that yes, some of you that who had experienced heartbreak and also tough times, remember that there is always light, there is always happiness there. It's just that you need to try and find it. Small little things that brings positivity in your life, try to enjoy that. A lot of times we feel unhappy, maybe is because we feel like how can I put it in a good way? Like sometimes for me, for example, sometimes I feel unhappy because certain things that I cannot get right now at this moment, and then I start getting annoyed by it, and then you know then I kind of reflect my mood onto my partner, which is not healthy and it's also not good. Sometimes it's enjoying the moments and enjoying what you have now is also important. Yes, it is good to have dreams and goals in the future, but again, is if it doesn't happen, it's okay. It just means that now might not be a good time. So the sun is reminding you to, if you're in a relationship right now, be grateful for that. Celebrate your love with that person. And if you're single, it's okay for now to really enjoy your life and be happy with who you are for a little bit, because by doing so then it brings more positivity into your life, and then it will reflect onto your relationship, okay, for group two. And then let's take a look at the next few cards. So the next card here is the Seven of Swords. This card indicates that some of you might have certain trust issues. Maybe that's also the reason why some of you might be emotionally distant. And so this card is showing that for for those of you who's single, you might have a trust issue with new people that you meet because of past betrayals. And couples, if you're in a relationship, you might also had some issues with certain secrets, misunderstanding, or uh, you or your partner might have done something in the past, like testing each other's loyalty. Um, I would suggest to stop doing that. Yes, trust is very hard to build, yes, and once you break it, it is hard to get back. But remember, for singles, if you meet new people, it is a new stage and new discovery. So, give that person the benefit of the doubt. Be a little bit more open, and don't deny the person immediately, yeah, because of emotional wounds in the past. Again, the sun is telling you to be more optimistic about it. And if you're a couple, it is important to build trust because that forms stronger bond. And if you or your partners constantly, how can I say this, like judging, or not to say judging, how can I say this correctly, if you or your partner is constantly try to test how loyal your love is for the other, it's really not healthy, okay? And that's also not going to build trust. That's just gonna make you or your partner become more and more paranoid, and that's gonna hurt the relationship a lot more. So for those of you in the relationship, beware of that. Beware of certain trust issues, or maybe certain issues that you or your partner might be too paranoid. Maybe it's a good time to let that go. Okay, and then the next two cards here we have is the Knight of Pentacles as well as the Three of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is about responsibility, patience, hard work. And so it is telling you that, again, trust issues and things, it takes time to build. Your relationship, it takes time to build. It's not gonna happen right now, okay? And also the Three of Swords suggests sadness, emotional wounds. So it's telling you that healing takes time. So for some of you might actually still be stuck in the past wounds. Let yourself heal. It takes time, but still allowing yourself to heal, it give it some time. And for singles, it's telling you that if you're not ready yet, then rather not jump into the next relationship if you're not fully healed from the past hurt and pain. Okay, so if you want steady relationship, if you want to welcome love in your life, remember, it takes time, it takes effort. So it is slow, but once you reach there, it will be longer lasting. Okay, so to sum up for group 2 as your guidance, remember that love takes time. Yes, and it seems like a lot of you in group 2 might need to take some time to do some self-reflection about your past relationship patterns or your current relationship patterns. um Again, for me, for example, like I used to, if there's something that I don't like, or in a relationship, what I tend to do is I just keep quiet. I say nothing about it, and that really hurt the relationship, because relationship is all about honesty, truth, and also open communications between you and your partner. So when I was single, I also used to be, I'm not to say that I'm antisocial, but I have social anxiety, that I struggle to connect with people. So I do have that feeling to people that I'm very emotionally distant. So that kind of carries into my relationship, that like hurt my relationship. And once I start becoming more aware of that, and then I start um finding more about who I am and what I truly want, and it really changed my relationship pattern. And then I'm now, I've well then I found my husband, yeah, who's very, very supportive, and also um we have a very good, healthy relationship, that we don't keep secrets from each other. So, for those of you in group two, um, it's all about being honest, finding the truth, um, building strong, lasting relationship for you by doing a lot of self reflection. Then you'll be able to again attract the ones who truly understand you and can give you the strong emotional support and build a good, healthy relationship with you. Okay, for group two. And then, so I will draw out two more cards from our Enchanted Art Oracle to see what further suggestions the universe has got for you. So for suggestion, and the card here, it says it's okay to have a voice and speak your truth. So this card confirms honesty, truth, clarity, and you know, this is what's gonna help you unblock love from entering your life. Be more honest about yourself and also with others. And then the next card we have here is make some time for friends. So some of you in group one might also be in group two. And so make some time for your friends. It shows that yes, you need to have, while you're in a relationship or while you're chasing for love, or you also need to socialize. Yes, don't isolate yourself. Your friendship, other ones who's truly, well, if you're true friends, yeah, if your true friends will be there for you, which they will be able to help you heal, help you grieve, and also they will be able to give you certain perspectives about you that you didn't even know about yourself. So friends are also important when it comes to, your life and also in your relationship. So yes, while you opening up and having some self-reflection, don't neglect your friends. And then lastly, I will draw out one more card from our Conscious Spirit Oracle to conclude our message for today. So the final conclusion card we have here is number 35, Nature Spirit. And it says, I respect all nature's elemental beings and help preserve life on Earth. I would suggest that life on Earth is you. Yeah. So for group two, to conclude your reading for today, the message here for you is that there are some self-reflections that you might need to do to, in a way, help you change and also unblock love from entering your life. Love is there, it is waiting, but maybe you yourself might be the one who's blocking it by being emotionally distant or not healing from your old emotional wounds. Then you tend to repeat certain habits or patterns that might be blocking love from entering your life. Okay, so remember to accept and heal. Sometimes it is hard to accept, some flaws that we really have. But again, remember, um, this and that are true. So it is all about acceptance and also be more honest and true to yourself. Then you will be able to be more honest and true to other people in order for you to accept love and joy and positivity back in your life. Okay, for group two. So remember, once you've done that, then love is there, love is waiting, and then you will be able to find the ones that you truly deserve and also be healthier and stronger in your current relationship, that there's more honesty and balance in your life. Okay, so for group two, I wish you all the best of luck. And if this is the group that you chose, don't forget to comment two in the comment section below. you're more than welcome to also share a little bit about your stories if you want. So, all the best, group 2. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future readings. Thank you for watching again. Have a good one. Enjoy. Bye bye. Welcome to group 3. The card you have chosen is number 16, the Coyote Spirit. And the message here says, trust in divine detours. So if you've chosen this card, your possible astrology connections would be with the fire signs, that is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, as well as with the air signs, that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Your possible career path might be in entrepreneurship, leadership, entertainment, as well as writing, teaching, marketing, consulting, or technology. However, the astrology connection as well as career path are just general indications. If you don't fall under these categories, it's okay. You can still continue with the reading. So now I will draw out 3 tarot cards to see what your current situation might be like. The first card we have here is the Three of Swords in reverse. This card in reverse usually suggests recovery, acceptance, healing, reconciliation, or finding closure. And then the next card is the Seven of Pentacles. This card represents patience, investment, growth, results, as well as progress. And then the next one we have here is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This card in reverse suggests loss, over financial loss usually, over dependence, as well as insecurity and instability. For group 3, currently, what I'm seeing here is that some of you might be in a stage of healing. The Three of Swords in reverse suggests that you are moving through a stage of recovery, maybe from a painful breakup or from some old emotional pain or hurt in your current relationship. So currently you might be in the stage where you are trying to find peace and healing within yourself, either it's from the past relationship or in your current relationship. And the Seven of Pentacles here shows patience as well as, waiting for progress to happen. That means that you have put in a lot of effort, either again in the past or currently, and now you are kind of thinking whether or not is it worth going, or you're questioning yourself, are you seeing growth, or should you still continue with this? Because this card also suggests investment. So currently you might be in a stage of thinking, maybe some of you might be thinking of whether to end the relationship and end the pain for now, or maybe to continue investing in this relationship, whether emotionally or financially. Because with the Nine of Pentacles here, it's showing over dependence as well as financial loss or insecurity. This suggests that maybe for those of you who's single, maybe you may have a, I don't want to say a habit or pattern. Maybe in the past you had leaned too much on your partners in the past. And, again, financially or emotionally. And for people who's in a relationship, this is a suggestion that there are some unequal unequalness and money stress or lack of independence in your relationship. So the current situation for group three might be that um, you are sensing that you are not really moving forward in either your current relationship or in your single life, maybe because of certain habits in the past or certain routines in the past that's been keeping you behind. And that habit might be over dependence on your partner or your previous relationship. So maybe it might be a time now for you to think about taking a detour now. Okay, so for group three, if this resonates with you, remember you can comment three in the comment section below and share a little bit about your story. And if not, then you can also go back to the beginning and choose a different card. So if this resonates with you, then we'll continue with the reading. The first card for group 3 as your guidance card is the Seven of Wands. This card usually represents standing ground, protection, defense, as well as holding position. And then the next card is the Devil in reverse. This card in reverse represents breaking free, releasing yourself from certain attachments, as well as overcoming and freedom. And then the next card is the Page of Swords. This card represents curiosity, communication, having an open mind, and let new ideas flow. And then the next card is the Page of Wands. This card shows enthusiasm, discovery. Again, it represents new ideas as well as creativity. And then the next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. This card represents missed opportunity, losses, or setbacks and poor planning. And then we have the Eight of Wands. This card usually means speed, movement, as well as progress. For group 3, let's take a look at your guidance card here. Firstly, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands here is suggesting that some of you may need to stand your ground, stand for what you believe in, and also protect yourself from being overused or overdrained, put it that way. Yeah. So some of you may be in relationships that's, we mentioned over dependence. So it can go both ways. Either you might be over dependent on your partner, or your partner might be overly dependent on you, which may be sometimes emotionally or financially draining. And so now this card is in a way telling you to stand up for yourself for a little bit. Okay, like sometimes you also need to, how can I say, be strong in certain things, so then people don't really tend to overuse your energy too much. So this card is telling you to try and be a little bit stronger in that sense. Okay. And then the Devil card in reverse is also suggesting that maybe now it might be a good time to break free from the habits that we just mentioned earlier. Uh, Again, I wouldn't say habits, maybe a certain kind of unhealthy pattern that you tend to fall into. Relationship can be very complicated. I mean, sometimes some people might actually enjoy more control in a relationship, and some people might, um, I wouldn't say enjoy, but might actually be more of the, can I say, the soft one that usually depend on the other. So remember, balance is always healthier in a relationship. Finding that balance between the two is healthier. So the devil card is telling you that it might be a good time for you to break free from certain attachments that might be toxic or unhealthy dependency or patterns that's, that you are over giving. So maybe for some of you now it might be a good time to take back your control if you are the one who's been a little bit over dependent on your partner. Okay, and then let's take a look at these two cards together. So both cards here shows new idea, creativity, curiosity, and discovery. So both of these cards are telling you, if you're single, maybe it is now a good time for you to go out there and meet new kinds of people. Again, breaking certain old habits, right? Maybe you tend to fall for certain types of people. Maybe now is the time for you to shift your perspective and um, meet new people and see if you can actually get a different perspective and gain new opportunity or fresh opportunities. And then by doing so, you will also be able to learn from them more with different people or about yourself. Again, breaking free from the habits and old cycles. And for couples, this is also a suggestion that maybe it's also good if you want love to constantly flow into a relationship. It's also good and healthy to bring in new ideas, new hobbies, new interests, or new things that you can do together with each other so you can actually create new sparks in your relationship. So then it doesn't feel like everything is like just not going anyway. Yeah. So if you know what I'm saying, yeah. So maybe now it's also a time for you both to actually rediscover each other and yourself, and then create a stronger bond if you're in a relationship. So now let's take a look at the Ace of Pentacle. The Ace of Pentacle here is also quite interesting because it mentioned missed opportunity or loss, which might suggest that for singles, because you might tend to fall for certain type of people, maybe now it's a good time for you to meet new people, right? So if you first meet someone and the first impression is, I know first impression is important, but the first impression might not always be good, but once you get to know the person might actually be pretty interesting. So this card is in a way suggesting you to not dismiss somebody too quickly because they don't match your usual type. Okay, give them a chance. Give some people a chance, if you want to go into a deeper emotional connection or level, or maybe even in a relationship or even friendship with this person. Yeah. And for couples, sorry, this card here is telling you that don't ignore some opportunity or chances that you can get to help you strengthen your relationship, because things might feel new, or maybe you're too shy to, communicate or to bringing new things and fresh ideas into your relationship. This is telling you to just give it a go. Maybe it is worth trying. Just try first and then see how it goes. Why? Because the 8 of Wands here, it's showing that once you have changed the mindsets, change the old habit, break free, claim back your independence or break that over dependence, then progress will come quickly. Because this card represents movement and speed. So opportunities will come, and new people, new ideas, fresh things that you can bring into your love life will come, and then things will move more um, swiftly and more forward. Yes. So for group three, to summarize your reading is that yes, some of you might felt heartbreak or might feel that you're losing power or you are being controlled or to over dependence or maybe even some facing some financial emotional losses. However, it is telling you, the universe is trying to tell you that now might be a good time for you to stand your ground, set your healthy boundaries if you're in a relationship, and also break away from unhealthy ones. And then open yourself up for new opportunity, fresh ideas to bring in new sparks. And then things will be able to move forward more quickly. And for those of you who are single, it's similar things. Break away from your old habits. Go out there, do something new, and then maybe you will get some fresh ideas and learn more about different types of people. Then you'll be able to actually rediscover yourself, and then you'll be able to find the ones who really truly what you want. Okay, and so for group three, now what I will do is I will draw out two more cards from our Enchanted Art Oracle to see what further suggestions the universe has got for you. So for our suggestion card, wow, this card says it's okay to do that thing you've been wanting to do. So again, it points to breaking free, gaining independence, taking back control, stepping to a new you, pursuing of what you want and what you love. And so it is time for you to do that. Now it's the time, yes. And then the next card we have here is the card that says listen to your inner music. So this card is telling you to listen to your own voice, follow it, and also trust it. Don't rely too heavily on others. Again, over dependence. And then afterwards, you will be able to find your own voice, know what you want, and then attract the love that matches your true self. So for group three, everything is looking up, I would say. Everything's looking good. And so to conclude our message for today, I will draw out one more card from our Conscience Spirit Oracle to see what the universe has got for you. So the final message here is number 26, and it's the crown chakra. And it says, I know I'm part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. So it mentioned divine detour, divine wisdom, leading and guiding past. So all of these cards here is telling you that you know what you should do. Okay, you know that it taking a detour, changing, you do kind of know that there are certain things that you have to change. It's just maybe you were a little scared, or maybe you're still in the stage of recovery. But for group three, your main challenge in love is that some of you might have been giving too much of your power away, or you are, um, you are being again, we constantly, I don't want to sound so repetitive, but maybe you have been in the past that you depend too much on your partner, or again, letting your partner depending on you too much. And so this can be emotionally, financially, or um, letting other people push your boundaries. So the guidance here is telling you to be strong, take back your power, break free from old patterns, rediscover yourself and others, and then let new things come to you. It's healthier, not to say healthier, I would say sometimes it's also good. Like if you always walk this road, you've seen the same things, you've seen the same type of people, your same neighbor that greet you, the same shops. But maybe now it can be a good time for you to go this way, and then you see different things and discover new things. So by doing so, you learn more about yourself, and then you will also be able to attract a healthier relationship pattern that will suit you better in the future. Okay, so for group three, if this is the group that you've chose, don't forget to comment 3 in the comment section below. And if you like this reading, and if this reading helped you, you can also share some of your stories. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so then you don't miss out on any of the future readings that I will do. And thank you for watching, everyone. All the best of luck, Group 3, and enjoy the rest of your day and evening wherever you are. Have a good one. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you again. Bye bye.